where all the trees are in that V shape is the creek. And that creek is usually pretty, a lot of volume water running through it. I noticed this time around when I went through there, very little. That's a good indicator. So, not much water running out of this lake into Virginia, which is right behind those trees there in the distance. So, we're close. We're close. Moving on. Downhill. Love it. A beautiful lake, boy. Wow. It's like any lake, anywhere you go, productivity of fish, and so forth and so on. That's, a lot of variables. One day you have a bunch, next day you get nothing. So, it's nice to have a particular lake where you can fish and catch a bunch of fish every single time. Kind of hard to do that here in California. You got more fishermen, you got fish, and that's almost a fact. Sad, but it is what it is. Myself, catch and release. I do not keep my fish. I'll catch them and I'll put them right back in the water. It's just my style. Years ago, I would keep them and I would clean them and I would have for dinner that night. That was a standard rule back in the day. And I go, change my policy on that. And I watch the ice, guys. The ice here and there. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah, I changed my policy on that years ago for catch and release. I feel better about myself. I have the fun of catching them, which is great. I get back to the campsite. I go to cook up dinner. Open flame on the fire pit. Burgers, okay. Hot links, yum. Typical scenario. But again, I am happy that I do put the fish back in the water to release. So, this is a little steep grade here right now for myself. I feel that on my knees. And you're my age, I'm 65 years old. And I could feel a little pressure. Holding up, no problem, but you do begin to notice these things. So, I keep looking over to the side, camera's in front of me, but I keep looking over to the lake. And go, wow, what would it take to live here? Yeah. To build your own home, to be able to do this every day and relax. Wow. Now you had the guy near North Carolina, South Carolina here a few weeks ago, a big lotto, whatever. What was it? 1 point some odd billion, 2 point some odd billion dollars in one winner. I'm jealous. Well, I just think you can win that kind of money. Someone did. Someone's got to. Some guy, Carolinas, North Carolina, I do believe. Single winner. But just think, if I had that kind of money, yeah, if possible, real estate and all that. Yeah, right there in them trees would be my home. Huh? Yeah, right. This part of the trail is not much. This is your, you can see it's all your granite. hill slide area, coming off the hill, blah blah. Again, up and beyond all that is Moat Lake. Take a satellite map of that. I've been eyeballing that for a while now, but I'm not sure. What I think about and wish about in reality is two different things. Not fair. So, yeah, nothing special part this trail. It's just all rocks. Lost all the vegetation. Got the sun to my back now. So I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna have to put the camera down for a few seconds. My fly came loose from my rod, so it's just kind of flopping around in the breeze. Can't have that. Let me put the camera down. Okay, that's safety. Hang on. Sorry about that. Gotta take care of it right then and there. You see it happen, you gotta take care of it. But again, here's Blue Lake. And blue. And have to keep on going, will be Virginia. Every year when I come up this way, because I'm coming out of Orange County, I gotta come up here. I gotta go out of my way, come up here, because it is that nice. But every been a couple times, I get up to the parking spot, get out of the car, and it's just an outright snowstorm. I mean, it's just pouring down snow. Colder than, cold. Yeah, well, it's out of my range. I just go down, excuse me. I just go down elevation to the other lakes. Feasible, more realistic for me. Young guys, hey, knock yourself out. Blue Lake, blue, blue, blue. Really nice. What I like about some of these lakes back here is, what draws me here is that you have a much better chance of catching natural fish, natural trout, or brook, as compared to a stock. Stock are okay, I guess. If you catch a natural, it's so much nicer. Although, now yesterday, I fished Twin Lakes, above Bridgeport, Twin Lakes. I fished the lower lake, and I caught 3 of them. Getting to my story here, the one was a stock rainbow. They're all rainbows. But this little guy is about maybe 3/4 pound, thereabouts. Boy, what a little fighter. I mean, this guy was pulling on my line when I first hooked him. I go, oh, I got a halfway decent sized fish. And I'm reeling it in, and blah, blah, anticipating. Well, of course, when I got him closer to the shoreline, it was a little tiny stock, and it was a stock, rainbow. And I go, wow, this guy really was putting up a fight. Even all the way up to the shoreline, I pulled him out of the water, so I can unhook them. A lot of times I can flip my pole and get a couple little quick flip and they'll unhook themselves. That's nice when that happens. But I had to reach in there with my needle nose surgicals and pull the hook out and put him back in the water and off he goes. But I'm just amazed on this little tiny fish putting up that big of a fight. A stalker. Go figure. So, it makes it exciting. It wakes you up. A lot of times you're sitting there and you're kind of half asleep. Sitting in your little folding chair. And pulled on your pole and whoo, away you go. Wake up in a hurry. It's a nice little trail. It's a nice little hike. Nothing really strenuous there. There are a couple spots there where you gotta stop for a second. It has a lot to do with the elevation. If you're not used to elevation, it is to be. Got 2 bottles of water with me. For the whole day, I only used up 1 bottle. The bottle is what, 16 ounces? And I didn't drink all of that yet, so that's good. Carry my little snacks, something to chew on while you're waiting for the fish to break up with the monotony. Now, what I done was I'm gonna backtrack. This particular trail here is going to the shoreline of the lake. Let me come back around a second. And here's the split. Ice. What we're going to do is we're going to go this way. Either way, they both meet in the same spot. So, yeah, I love it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay. Back to the main trail. Well, they're both really main trails. Both are good. Now what's happening is as we go up here a ways, we'll lose blue. You get a small little stream, not very far, and that'll tie right into Virginia. Oh God, more ice. Last spring, April, May, I was up here. Not this particular spot. Another spot that I've never been to. And unfortunate. Had the camera, blah blah. I forgot the silly battery. Can you believe that? But when I had the batteries, I could have had some nice videos. Very scenic, very challenging. So, a couple of different things happened on that particular hike. Kicked myself in the butt over and over and over. How could I not have a battery and a recorder here, especially when I have 2 batteries. Oh well. A lot of snow that 1st of May, April 2018 when I was up there. A lot of snow. It was sporadic though. You go where it wasn't bad like this, wet. Then all of a sudden you get a big patches of deep, wet snow. It was a challenge. Down here in the shade, a little bit cooler. Part of Blue Lake, as it begins to come to the end, it branches off into the little creek. Creek goes a little ways. Then you got Virginia. Again, Virginia is the end of the trail, well, road for your cars. So you park there. The rest of the stuff you gotta hike around. So. Trails are somewhat marked. Somewhat marked. That's a yes and I don't know. Hoover Wilderness. A split. The split here again is going to go to the shoreline if you want to go to the creek in blue. Come back around. The main trail. Back to the cabin. Cooney Lake, Frog Lake, and all that up that way. So, come back around. And I always get a kick of this. You don't see it too often, but someone's personal little marker. Probably a junior, young hiker. That's pretty cool though. Double stack rocks, tells you to go this way and not the other way. Okay. That's smart. Play it safe. Okay, back into the trees here again. Kind of nice. Yeah, we're not that far from the parking lot now. Go up here a little ways and we'll get the first glimpse of Virginia. Now when I was up here, end of April, 1st of May, opening season, Virginia was frozen. So it was conditions where you can't fish because the ice, and it was too thin to try to walk on if you wanted to drill a hole with an auger and do that setup. It was at the stage where you just had to stay out of the way. So I've never ice fished here. I have ice fished in the past, but many years ago. Behind us, you have Tioga Pass, which is Yosemite. You can go up the Yosemite Pass there, Tioga, and you got a couple lakes there. You got Ellery Lake, Tioga Lake, Saddlebag Lake. So before you get to the main gate of the Yosemite, so you don't have to pay to go into the park. But anyhow, Tioga Lake and Ellery Lake both, I've ice fished. Now, I didn't have an auger, but you have others out there. They drill the holes, and they fish a while, and they pick up and they go somewhere else. Yeah. So it's an abandoned hole. And I've done that. That's a lot of fun. Them boys back east, okay, they got their setup and their ways of doing it. A little bit different here. Again, we can't put the hook into the water in this part of California till the last Saturday of April. So you have a couple weeks, depending on the condition of the ice to get out there. So it's yeah, you gotta take your chances there, that I know of. My own experience, put it that way, on all this. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Coming around again, we're main trail here, moving right along. Be nice to get to the car. I'll take this pack off and relax a little bit. And I'll probably take my pole out and fish Virginia for an hour or so as the sun begins to... These particular mountains behind me, the sun's already passed over it, so casting shadows. I still got a little bit of time where I could probably throw my line in there for an hour. I still got a ways to travel, car, get back to my main camping ground and clean up a little bit, get the fire pit going, all that good stuff you got to do. I just don't want to do it when it gets too damn dark. It's hard. It gets cold real fast, so I don't have to put up with that part. And I get there in time and get it all done without much of a problem. So, move along here. Forest Service has really done some work here this last summer. They cut a lot of trees and stacked them. They've been having a lot of problems with a lot of fires last few years because of the drought system and whatever. So they got to do what they got to do. Coming up to the split here, we're going to swing right. We're going to take the right side here, and we're going to start to hug Virginia Lake. Either one will get you the parking. Not a big deal. But I like taking the right hand side. Follows the creek, and eventually follows